This is Steve here, and I'm doing another review for Into the Badlands. This is episode 4 of season 1, entitled Two Tigers Subdue a Dragon. What can I say? I really did like this episode. It had a pretty good beginning where we see Matilda. She's out running in the woods. And at first I thought it was some kind of flashback where we saw her backstory, and it wasn't. It was set within the time frame. And she runs out into the from the woods onto the road where there's a Jeep coming with these two guys in, and you look on the Jeep. It has this symbol of pickaxes and whatnot. So you realize that they work for some other sort of barony, and that stops the Jeep. The guys get out. They get ambushed, and then the widow and her assassin crew, they show up, and they bring out one of the clippers from Sonny and Quinn's group, and the widow kills that guy off, and basically they're trying to set it up that Quinn had attacked his group with clippers that attacked the Jeep, so it can start a feud between Quinn and this other baron called Jacoby. I'll get to him later. So, like I said, it was a pretty decent beginning. And the rest of the episode, we did see a little more characters kind of fleshed out. We saw the dynamics between Linda and Jade, where they're talking about the upcoming wedding, and Linda, she's being cold, hostile, and whatnot, and Jade's trying to warm up to her, says, "Hey, I didn't have a mother, you didn't have a daughter. That's kind of the relationship we should have." And then Linda, finishes off with this, "I know you're sleeping with my son, and that's not going to go too well if you marry my husband." So yeah, that happened, and then throughout the episode we see MK, my least favorite character of the show. He's still he's still training with Sonny. He's like, "Oh, come on, Sonny, I'm a great warrior," because he talking about all the hits. And he was like, Sonny's like, I can tell what you're going to do. So the kid's like, "Oh, yeah?" So he swings at him, and then Sonny knocks him on his ass. I love that scene. And then later we do see MK. He's training at night, and he's thinking about cutting himself so he can go like full black-eyed warrior that we saw in episode 1 again. But he decides not to. A little later, Sonny had seen this, so he takes him out middle of nowhere and cuts him, and then MK goes black-eyed and beats the shit out of Sonny. And let's see what else. So like I said, they're trying to set up this alliance with one of the other barons, Jacoby, and the widow. They're trying to mess that up. So they get together in the cemetery, and we see Jacoby, and he's this pretty slick guy, and he's pissed with Quinn, and he knows that Quinn didn't attack his little transport and kill his guys, but at the same time, it's like that wouldn't have happened if Quinn hadn't started this war with the widow. Then Matilda, my other least favorite character, throws a pickaxe at Quinn, but Sonny stops it, and of course both sides, they start fighting. That's a cliche I've never really liked in TV shows, where you got two factions and this other one tries to pit them against each other, and they just fall for it. So anyway, they had some pretty decent fight scenes. We had some characters fleshed out. Oh, I guess we should also have the storyline with Sonny, where he's trying to get out of the Badlands and across the river, so Waldo helps him out with that. He's like, "Hey, take this little toy soldier and give it to this guy called the River King, and that's how you'll get out." So at the end of the episode, we meet the River King, and he's this weird-looking fellow, but his basic thing is, you want passage on my ship, you got to do me a favor. And he starts explaining to Sonny that he brought these cogs. He was bringing them down from river, and one of them freaked out and killed like 28 of them in the cargo hold. So that kind of ruined his business. And he shows the wanted picture, and it's MK. He's like, "Hey, cut this guy's head off, and I'll help you out." And that was the end of the episode. So, so Summy's going to be facing this moral dilemma. He wants to get out of the Badlands with what's Vale, so they can have their child and whatnot. And he wanted it to help this MK kid out and try to find out about this place called Arza, which I'm thinking is supposed to be like Arizona. But if he wants to get out, he's got to kill MK. So we'll see how that plays out. And like I said, it was pretty good episode. We saw characters fleshed out. We saw storylines developing. Like now, Ryder might work with the Baron. I mean, the widow, and Zypher, the one Regency who worked with Jacoby. So it's kind of like Game of Thrones. That's what I like about it. You got all these Baron groups, and they all have their own signals. Like, Quinn has the armadillo, and Widow has the butterfly, and Jacoby has the pickaxe. And I guess each one of them has something in the realm or the Badlands area that they control. And like Quinn has the poppies, the Widow has the oil fields. Jacoby, I think, because of the pickaxe, they're miners, so gold. And we'll be introduced to other, the other barons later, figuring out what they got. And yeah, it was a pretty good episode.